You know, the next thing is, man, Craig Mack was the one that jumped Bad Boy off. And you know, Nick, bad that Craig Mack, who died from AIDS, that man, he got brainwashed so bad from Diddy and got done so wrong. The man went to South Carolina and joined a cult with his family until he died of AIDS a few years ago.
Diddy had a court hearing or a court appearance, and a lot of the headlines were, because you know there's no cameras in there, but the journalists that were in there said that when Diddy came out, that he was drastically showing weight loss and drastically looking a lot more gray and tired. I wanted to see if you had any thoughts on that, on his appearance, and if you had any thoughts on the court hearing itself.
Well, the weight loss, okay, yeah. You don't eat like you eat. He ain't drinking like he been drinking. I think it was popping bottles. You know, it's a lot of sugar. He definitely ain't eating like he is stressing. They don't sell Dark and Lovely in there, y'all. Niggas can't get that shit Dark and Lovely.
Word on the street is that a prison doctor has dropped a bombshell. Apparently, Diddy might have caught something seriously deadly while he's been locked up. And trust me, the details will leave you absolutely speechless. Can you believe how the tables have turned? From living that ultra-luxurious lifestyle to now facing these horrific conditions, it's like watching a tragic reality show unfold. But here's the real gag. People are whispering that Diddy's dramatic weight loss isn't just because of that nasty prison food or him turning his nose up at meals. No, darling. The word going around is that he's supposedly dealing with an acute STD behind those prison walls. For those who haven't been keeping up with the drama, Diddy's been cooling his heels in jail for months now, waiting for his big day in court coming up in May 2025 to
now he appeared just astonishingly thinner, which you can expect to be inside a federal detention center for a couple months now. A lot different from the luxury lifestyle that he was living before, but he appeared very noticeably thinner, and maybe being locked up in detention is starting to wear on him. He appeared grayer a little bit as well too, but again, he appeared just like how you would expect Diddy to appear for a hearing. To now he appeared just astonishingly thinner, which you can expect to be inside a federal detention center for a couple months now. A lot different from the luxury lifestyle that he was living before, but he appeared very noticeably thinner, and maybe being locked up in detention is starting to wear on him. He appeared grayer a little bit as well too, but again, he appeared just like how you would expect Diddy to appear for a hearing.
But honey, let me spill the piping hot tea that's got everyone's jaws on the floor. We've all heard those juicy stories about Diddy's, let's say, diverse lifestyle choices. It wasn't just about the ladies. There were supposedly male escorts and all sorts of down-low activities happening. Well, apparently, old habits die hard, even behind bars. Get this. Sources are saying Diddy's got himself quite the little fan club in there. These guys are literally falling over themselves to serve him, honey. They're making his bed and everything, but trust me when I tell you, it goes way beyond just folding sheets, if you catch my drift. And let's be real. Protection in prison isn't exactly easy to come by, which leads us to the most shocking part of this whole mess. The rumor mill is churning with allegations that Diddy might have contracted something serious. We're talking deadly serious, while he's been locked up. And just when you thought this tea couldn't get any hotter, who should jump into the mix but Miss Jaguar Wright herself? In her signature no-holds-barred style, she dropped some major bombshells during a recent interview. She claimed Diddy's been dealing with HIV and, get ready for this, she says she could name at least 20 other men in similar situations. Jaguar's hinting that this scandal goes way deeper than just Diddy. Though she's keeping those other names under wraps for now, she's saving all that juicy tea for her upcoming show. But let's backtrack for a hot minute. Remember when Diddy got arrested on September 16th, 2024? Those charges were heavy, honey. We're talking SA by force, fraud or coercion, conspiracy, and transportation for you know what. Now the
Sean Diddy Combs investigation. New surveillance video shows Combs being taken into custody in a Manhattan hotel last week. Our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Kotursky, is at the scene of his arrest. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, Robin. This is the hotel where Sean Combs was arrested a week ago. You can now see how that arrest went down. This morning, watch how federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs. His lawyer said Combs had come to New York 2 weeks earlier with the intention of turning himself in. He did not expect the agents to be waiting at his hotel last Monday night.
Ever since that dramatic day, Jaguar has been coming for Diddy's neck like a woman possessed. In October, she sat down with Piers Morgan and child she did not hold back. She went completely off, calling Diddy one of the most dangerous people she's ever had to deal with.
How dangerous do you think?
Thank God.
How dangerous do you think he is as a person?
I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met. A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil.
How dangerous do you think he is as a person? I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met. A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil. Can you believe the nerve of this woman? She really went there. But wait, it gets even juicier. Jaguar started spilling all kinds of tea about how Diddy's entire career was supposedly orchestrated by these powerful industry puppet masters to control the culture and keep the music industry running their way. She's basically painting him as their willing demon. And honey, she didn't stop there. She claimed she's been trying to warn everyone about both him and Jay-Z for years, calling them straight-up monsters whose actions everyone just conveniently ignored until now. But hold on to your wigs, because this is where things get even messier. Recent reports are claiming that Diddy is absolutely refusing to leave his cell at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn.
P. Diddy ringing in the new year with a jailhouse meltdown, at least according to some new reports. All this comes as the disgraced singer spends his first holiday season behind bars, and a judge rules one of his accusers can remain anonymous. By now you're well aware that 55-year-old Sean Combs, also known as P. Diddy, is being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. He's facing federal charges of conspiracy by force and transportation to engage in prostitution.
This diva behavior is causing absolute chaos with all the legal proceedings, including those multiple SA lawsuits he's caught up in. Tony Busby's assistant spilled the tea in a letter, saying Diddy's refusal to cooperate is throwing everything into disarray, from serving legal papers to scheduling and managing these cases. They're literally having to reschedule conferences because Mr. Thing won't leave his cell to accept service. Now, why would he be acting like this? Some people are whispering it might be connected to those alleged health issues. If those HIV rumors are true, and I'm not saying they are, but if they are, it's possible poor Diddy is struggling with the physical effects and doesn't want to show his face in public right now. Makes sense, right? But there's another theory floating around. Apparently, his paranoia has reached new heights. Word on the street is he's so terrified of being poisoned that he's flat out refusing some of his meals.
The other advice I would tell him, maybe he should get on the Jewish diet. Because the kosher meals is way better than the food somebody else is making for you. At least they're going to come hot, they're going to come sealed, and you got to be the one to open them. That's very important.
And honestly, darling, when you think about all those wild allegations about Diddy supposedly pulling shady moves himself, like allegedly poisoning people to cause pneumonia-like symptoms, it kind of makes you wonder if karma's coming back around. A former inmate named Larry Levine actually backed up these fears, saying Diddy's paranoia about being poisoned isn't as crazy as it sounds. And get this, Diddy had the absolute audacity to demand his own personal nutritionist in jail.
Diddy's eating.
Well, I got an inside source there at MDC, and if they knew who it was, they'd really plot. When people go into custody, they have anxiety, they're depressed, a lot of things go through their mind. And one of the things they do is they stop eating. Look what happened to Jeff Epstein. I got people every day saying, you think they're going to Epstein him? And I go, well, I really don't know. Imagine if someone paid someone off on the inside to actually poison his food, give him a heart attack, and he dies. and no one would really think anything of it. So that may be one of the reasons he's not eating. There's a possibility that he wants to go on a kosher diet. It's prepared a little bit differently. It's a religious diet.
He wanted someone to come in and help him get back in shape after prison life started taking its toll. But honey, the prison system shut that down real quick. But here's what's really got people talking. This whole refusing to leave his cell situation might be part of some bigger scheme. Is he trying to hide because of these alleged health issues? Or is this all just a clever way to dodge more lawsuits? Some folks think he's just trying to stall the legal system. The internet, as always, has plenty to say about all this drama. One person didn't hold back, writing, "Don't let him die. I want to see him in court to face his dirty actions." Others are feeling a bit more sympathetic, saying it's only natural he's struggling. Can't blame Diddy for crying in his cell when he's fallen from so high to so low, especially knowing the weight of not only his legal issues, but knowing some big players are out to get him. But even in his darkest hour, Diddy is still, well, Diddy. The drama unfolding at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center is giving us better entertainment than any reality show. Would you believe that Diddy is throwing a fit because another inmate, Luigi Mangoni, is stealing his thunder? The other inmates are absolutely living for Luigi. And Diddy, who's used to being the center of attention everywhere he goes, is not taking it well at all. Sources say Diddy's throwing proper tantrums because Luigi is being treated like some kind of folk hero in there. One insider spilled that Diddy's ego is still bigger than life. Are we even surprised? Though Diddy's spokesperson is trying to shut down all this jealousy talk as fake news. Now, here's the gag. Luigi is actually in solitary confinement, so he and Diddy haven't even crossed paths. But apparently, the inmates can't stop talking about Luigi's story. They're absolutely eating up his tales about struggling with back pain and fighting against the injustices of the healthcare system. It's a hot topic among prisoners, especially given the jail's reputation for subpar healthcare. Luigi's also winning hearts for his boldness in taking on a CEO, which has really struck a chord with critics of the healthcare industry. And get this tea, Luigi knows all about his growing fan club. Sources say he's actually getting emotional about all the support, and it's giving him life. People are calling him a hero, some are even thirsting after him, and honey, he is here for all of it. Meanwhile, poor Diddy is stuck in general population, reportedly feeling some type of way because his star power isn't enough to win over his fellow inmates. Talk about a humbling experience for someone who's always been larger than life. Let's not forget, Brooklyn's MDC isn't new to housing controversial figures. It's the same facility where Jeffrey Epstein met his end and where Sam Bankman-Fried is currently residing. So Diddy's dealing with quite the trifecta: competition for attention, legal battles, and the harsh reality check that prison doesn't care about your resume. So what do you think, dolls? Is Diddy's paranoid behavior really because of these alleged health struggles, or is he just playing games to avoid facing the music? Could Jaguar Wright's explosive claims be exposing the truth, or is this just another wild rumor making the rounds? Spill your thoughts in the comments below, because this tea is far from cold.